Can you imagine waking up in a place where the houses, trees, and even the sky are made of book pages? That's what happened to Philo, a hedgehog with square glasses. Philo didn't remember how he got there. He only knew that every step crunched as if he were walking on freshly torn pages from a storybook. Beside him floated a blue dragonfly named Coma, who whispered in poetry and punctuation. "You're in Bibloris," she said, "the island of paper." Philo touched a tree and noticed each leaf had different words. "Everything here is living story," Coma explained. "If you read it, it changes." Curious, Philo read a leaf. A brave hedgehog discovered a hidden passage. Instantly, a tunnel appeared beneath his paws. "It works," he shouted excitedly. Coma fluttered faster. "But be careful, not all stories want to be discovered." They went down the tunnel and arrived in an underground room where a wall was made of ancient book covers. All of them trembled as if afraid. There they met Margot, a stringless puppet who wrote tales with tears of ink. "You mustn't keep reading," she warned. Philo insisted. "Why not?" Margot sighed. "Bibloris keeps a secret. There's a forbidden story. If someone opens it, the paper breaks." Without listening, Philo approached a large door with golden letters. "The story of forgetting," he read aloud. The door opened by itself. Inside, the world was white. No words, no color. It was the void of an unwritten story. Philo took a step and disappeared. Coma screamed, but it was no use. Only her echo remained, floating among blank pages. Margot cried ink thicker than ever. "We must save him," said Coma. Margot nodded. "There's only one way. Create a new story to bring him back." Together, they began to write. Once upon a time, there was a curious hedgehog who learned that some words must wait their turn. With each sentence, the white space came to life. A sky appeared, then mountains, then Philo, though something had changed. Philo was no longer just a reader. Now he could write stories with his mind. But he had lost something, the ability to read the past. "What does that mean?" he asked. Margot replied, "Every story has a price. To write your path, you must stop looking back." Philo accepted the deal. He took a quill floating among clouds of ink and began tracing a new path through Bibloris. His first story was about a puppet who laughed for the first time. Margot hugged him and finally felt she was more than just paper. From that day on, Bibloris changed. Books were no longer just read. They were shared and written together. The houses of pages began to sing at night. The wind whispered ancient tales to those brave enough to listen. The trees began to show words based on the reader's emotions. Some cried, others laughed. Each was unique. Philo became the guardian of living stories. He made sure no story was read before it was ready. But one day, Coma noticed something strange. A corner of the island was beginning to burn without fire, just from being forgotten. "What's happening?" asked Philo. Margot replied, trembling, "Someone outside Bibloris is starting to stop believing in stories." Philo understood the new danger. If children forgot how to read with their hearts, Bibloris would vanish. That's how his plan was born, to send secret stories hidden in dreams, so all the children in the world could dream of Bibloris. Each night, Coma flew with a drop of glowing ink and left a story on the pillow of a curious child. And little by little, Bibloris began to grow again. Because as long as someone imagines, a new page can always be born. Philo wrote his most special story and kept it in the center of the island, for those who still believe in the invisible. Moral: every story lives as long as someone wants to imagine it. Words have power, but the true power is believing in them. See you very soon with more magical tales that will take you to incredible worlds.